Hi there, this is Yixue. This month's video is a guided meditation that you've never heard about before. Because we're gonna do a guided meditation during a deadline season. Whatever that deadline is for you, maybe a paper deadline, or maybe schoolwork, or maybe it's a demo deadline to deliver a project at your work, whatever it is, we're gonna do a guided meditation to have a smooth deadline so that we can be very calm and productive during the way instead of thrashing and going crazy, thinking about so many things you have to do instead of calmly doing it one by one. The calmness is really the secret sauce of the productivity, to be honest. So, as you can probably already guess, the reason we have this is because my life currently is very brutal. I have many deadlines. This is also why this video is probably going to be very raw with no editing, just simply because I don't have time. I will give you some context, but for those of you who come across this video during a deadline season and you're cramming for whatever, you just want a very quick relaxation and productivity boost, then please feel free to jump ahead and just listen to the guided meditation. I wish you all the best for your deadline and you can do it. So for those of you who have more time, I just want to share a bit more context. The reason is I don't know if you know this, but there's a difference between intellectual knowledge and experiential wisdom. So whatever I'm teaching here, I can only teach which I have experienced before and overcame. I don't want to just teach whatever I learned from the book that I never applied to myself to see it for myself that it worked, right? So that is why today I just want to do a guided meditation for stressful deadline, because that's what I need right now, and it works really well for myself, so it may as well benefit more people. Just to give you some context, as you know, I am the founder of my own research institute, so I have a lot of work to do. YouTube is not my full-time job. That's why I only promised to have a monthly video, which today is actually 2 days before my deadline of the first Thursday of this month. But yeah, I'm committed to it. I just love doing it and I really want to make videos. But at the same time, I'm also a computer scientist working on AI, mental health, and meditation. So currently I have 2 paper deadlines that I'm working on. I'm also, so it's all about mental health, but because it will be under submission, so I will not share what it is, but I will make another video once it's accepted. We hope it will be. And another thread is I'm also organizing a workshop on AI and mental health called Harmony, which is really cool. It will be in August in Pittsburgh this year, 2026. I don't know when you will see this video, but it will be in 2026. And it's the first pioneering workshop on AI and mental health, because we really want to bring people from different disciplines together. It's highly interdisciplinary and across the sector, including both academics, practitioners, and maybe government people, funding agencies, because this mental health is really a hairy monster. We really need to bring all the expertise together to really solve the big and hard problems, to break the traditional silos of different disciplines. For example, my PhD was in computer science, but right now I collaborate with many people outside of computer science, just simply because computer science knowledge is not enough to advance the field. Even AI is no longer a computer science thing, as you can tell. There's ethics, psychology, and policy, all those different things, right? It's affecting our daily life by quite a lot, and we will see even more and more things going on, and it's really transformative. But maybe I'll make another video on AI and mental health later. Oh, I did make a short on mindful AI. If you want to check it out, I will drop a link. So anyway, currently I have so many deadlines to work on, including this video deadline, but I really love making videos. I'm sorry, video editing is so fun to do, and I highly recommend people to do it, but this time maybe I won't have time to edit this video. So anyhow, another reason is I just came back from a 7-day cruise ship without internet. So for those of you who know me, when I'm offline, I'm really offline, and I would just have auto reply in my email saying Yixue is offline, just you cannot find me. Checking email is my least priority, because priority is a fluid thing that changes all the time based on your current conditions. I mean, I paid for the cruise. I'm not gonna just go to a cruise and reply to my emails. So I have my priorities straight. So that is why I know I have a lot of work to do after the cruise ship. So I could choose to be, traumatized with this drop from a cruise vacation to, wow, so much work to do. Or I could be just chill about it and just do it, execute one by one. So I want to share my productivity tips and how I deal with so many deadlines and so many things to do at the same time, because the key is to do one thing at a time, because psychology already told us human mind is not designed to multitask actually. So you can only do one thing at a time, like for real, right? You're only one you. So if you're thinking too much, it's not productive and it's not helping you finishing all the tasks at hand, but it's just thrashing and draining so much mental power, and it's hurting your productivity. So what I usually do is, okay, after the cruise, I refresh my memory on all the deadlines that I have to deal with, and then I decide what should I focus on first. So sometimes, for example, immediately on Monday, so I came back very late Sunday night, immediately, by the way, I want to share a fun story. I almost couldn't get into our house because there was a snowstorm going on when we were leaving. So actually we got hit in the DC area by snowstorm right after our flight left. And it's so funny, I just decided to book my flight before the cruise, one day before. It's just following my intuition. I always book flights time based on my intuition, and it always has wonderful results. So I just decided that's how I felt like. And when we learned about the snowstorm, I didn't really change my flight either, just because I felt it's okay. Although the forecast said it's possible our flight wouldn't take off because of the snowstorm is coming on the same day. But anyhow, I didn't change the flight. And we left, successfully made the cruise, and then snowstorm hit. So when we were back, our cars are all buried, and we almost couldn't get into our house because of the frozen snow in front of the house. It's like you couldn't open the door. So it's very, very brutal. But luckily, I had some hot water in this water bottle, so we just poured some hot water on the snow in front of the door, and my husband was using this tool to dig through a way so we could get in. But anyway, it's just a funny story. So coming back, so then I refreshed my memory on what things I need to work on. On Monday, I immediately had a meeting. So sometimes when that happens, you know exactly you need to do because it's an immediate deadline. So you're laser focused on one thing, right? So I'm preparing for that one meeting because there's some material I need to read before that meeting, and that will take all my time and effort and thinking to prepare for that meeting. So that's easy. So, but after the meeting, then I have a whole week and more flexible, some other meetings and dentists or whatever, but more flexible time to deal with multiple things. So in those situations, what I usually do is prioritize the things. This is really a trick to not being a perfectionist. So in cases like this, some of the quality may need to suffer, but you need to decide, okay, am I okay with the drop of the quality, and is it worth it in the grand scheme of things? For example, I decided this video that I'm making right now will not have editing. I simply could not do that, and it is a consequence that I'm willing to accept. So it may hurt my video performance, right? But I think in the grand scheme of things, it's not the end of the world. I am able to accept it. So I will abandon editing, but will I abandon my monthly video deadline. No, that is very important to me and I really love doing it. And every month I just have so much to share. I wish I could do every other week or even weekly, but yeah, we'll see. That's why we have spontaneous shorts going on when I really want to say something and share with you. Anyhow, so that is the first thing, is looking at all the deadlines, all the things you need to work on, and decide to let go some of them. Actually, sometimes you may even let go something completely, which is fine, right? But in my case, I didn't like to go any of the things. I want to do all of it, but I decided I can let go of some part of the quality of a particular task. And I gave you an example of this video because that's more relatable. For paper publications, I don't know how relatable that is for you. But then, so basically I have organizing the workshop I just mentioned, Harmony. I need to invite reviewers for this workshop and start promoting it. Otherwise, nobody's gonna know how cool this workshop is, and it is happening. And then I have 2 paper deadlines I need to work on that is due in about 2 weeks or so. And then I have this video, right? So what I do is I discuss with my collaborator to set the mutual expectation on my time schedule and when I'm sprinting on certain things and when I'm out because I'm working on some other things. So we can work in parallel and have a mutual understanding and expectation to move things forward. Because all the work is not about me, it's a team effort, right? Our end goal is to get the work done in a very good way. That's why it's very important to collaborate and communicate with people. So immediately I finish my immediate deadline, get that out of the way and discuss with my collaborators. And then I have something like this. Don't know how much you can see. So this is just you have a bird's eye view of what are your priorities, the biggest priorities for a week. When you are so busy and restless, you don't have to think so long. Long-term vision and planning can go later on. Actually, you should always know your long-term vision because that is the North Star to help you decide, are you going to work on all of these things you want to work on? And that will decide which ones can be completely let go because you know the long-term plan and the vision, right? But now I'm talking about we are in the execution cramming mode. So we only need to focus on each week and each day and the current moment at hand. So how I break it down is, so I need to have a bird's eye view of my entire week so I know the dependencies between different tasks. For example, for organizing the workshop, I need to invite people to join our PC program committee as a reviewer, and that needs me to send an email and wait for their reply. So this thing should happen first because there's waiting time on other people's responses depending on other people, right? So this should happen first, although I have more immediate deadlines such as my video in 2 days, but I decided to send my email first. While I wait, then I start making my video. And then the paper deadlines will happen after my video. But since I'm back, I don't want to be the blocker so that the people have to wait for me to finish my video, this particular one that you are seeing. So on Monday night, I made a whole pass of the paper and left all the comments and handed over just so that people can work in parallel while I work on my video. Then it's very clear what is my focus in each day of the week, which is very helpful because then you know, for example, today is Tuesday. My main goal is only 2 things, Harmony, workshop, and a video. So I sent email and a video. This will take your minds off your paper deadlines because that comes on Thursday after I publish my video. So when you have a bird's eye view, the goal is really to help you let go of what you don't need to worry about at this particular day. And sometimes on a particular day, you have many things to work on. So in that, this is not my case this time because I only have 2, Harmony and videos. That's easy. Then I don't do this daily planner I do. which, by the way, all those productivity tools can backfire if you're obsessed with it. Don't ask me how I know it. I actually had an obsession phase of this tool. I actually know so much about all different kinds of productivity tools. So I think it's good to know they are there, but at a particular moment, you need to decide which one is actually helpful for you. You don't need too many of them, and it will be different depending on your current situation. For example, since we're on this topic, the daily planner I wanted to show you is something I do when I have many little things to work on in a particular day, but currently I don't even need it, right? I don't do that. So I'll show you something like this. I don't know if there's much personal info there, but can you see it is like 2 columns? So what I do is on a particular day when I have many meetings and many things to work on, I first have the date, and then I draw a line in between, so I have 2 columns. The one column is 医学, which is me, what I'm supposed to work on. The second column is where the magic happens. The second column I have universe. So this is really nothing supernatural, whatever. For some other people, different words may resonate. So for me, I just basically delegate something to the universe, and it could be God, or it could be simply later, just a later time. So the goal is for you to let go of too many things on your mind, and sometimes it's easier said than done. You cannot simply let go. So I write it down so it's there, but that's not what I need to work on today, right? So the 力学 column is what I'm focusing on today, and the universe column, again, you can change universe to whatever, later, or God, or unconditional love, or whatever. Maybe Suka, whatever name you want to give it, a nickname. You can change it, or Elf, actually. That would be fun. So anyway, so I can give you this example. So I have these 2 columns, and for issue, I always have meditate with a heart next to it. So I always start whatever my day is. I always have my first task as meditate, which is also something that makes me feel my tasks are really fun. Like no matter it's work or meditate, or sometimes I have dance there too. So these all blends in. I really don't feel the boundary between work, hobby, or meditate, all these things. It's all the same to me. So that's why start with meditate. It makes the whole list really fun, instead of sometimes if you don't really like some particular task and you only put those there, you wouldn't really enjoy doing this task planning, because when you write it down, you will be associated with some negative feelings about these are things I don't want to work on. So yeah, I always have meditate, and I end with dance, which is the dance class I go to is jazz and K-pop. Is that too much information? Anyway, it's jazz and K-pop class. I go almost every day, mostly 4 times a week. So I have dance, and the time. For meetings, it's all here. So I don't need to keep checking my calendar. I have bird's eye view of today, so I know when all my meetings are. And another good thing when you write it like this is, then when you write your task, I write it in order between the meetings. So I know between meetings what I should work on. Because if you don't order them, you don't put all your meeting schedules there, you are very likely to be way too ambitious and you cannot finish your task. But if you know your meeting schedule and then everything is there, you know what is realistic for you to actually do and finish, given all the meeting schedules that you have at the particular day, right? Then it's very clear. It's also ordered by priority. I actually rarely finish everything on the list, but it's on the 医学 column, but it's ordered by the priority. So it's totally fine. Most important things are always done anyway. And to be honest, for human psychology, if you have immediate line today, that's where you don't need any productivity tools, because you just will finish it given the psychology, right? So anyhow, this is something that I just wanted to share. And then it's very clear. You just, every moment, you know exactly what to do. You just don't worry about anything. You just work on the task at hand, one thing at a time, calmly and productively. So another little trick I want to share is the reverse Pomodoro task. So during a deadline season, I highly recommend using the Pomodoro, but in a different way, because we have the opposite problem of what the Pomodoro technique is trying to solve. For those of you who don't know what that is, Pomodoro is just like a timer where you can focus on a task without any distractions. So once you start the timer, you should work on this task you decided to do without going through your phone or browsing internet, whatever. It's designed for you to focus for deep work. But in the deadline season, you are likely to have the opposite problem, which is you are so absorbed into your work. And sometimes you may not be mindful and aware of how your productivity has already dropped. So for me, during deadline, I use Pomodoro in a different way. I call it a reverse Pomodoro. I mentioned this before. I'll also drop a link for people to find that easier. It's a short video, but basically I set the Pomodoro timer for 1 hour. And then after the time's up, I force myself to take a break. So it's the opposite, because I'm already focused during this hour, and the inertia, because it's sprinting to full speed, and the inertia it's really hard to stop. And some people, they actually do enjoy this laser focus mode for, 4 hours or so. If you actually really want to do that, that is fine. Just be mindful about whether your productivity actually drops or not, and see how your mind feels afterwards. Are you like drained and exhausted during a deadline or not? Or it's like a happy stress, happy productivity. You feel so accomplished, but you don't feel super drained, and you sleep well and you still have energy to go to dance classes. Like me. Actually, today I am going to 2 dance classes. Actually, speaking of this, I have another trick. I'm so sorry, I have too many tricks. And this video is getting way too long, out of hand. We're still not talking about the meditation yet, but maybe I'll break it down into 2 videos. Anyhow, since we're on this topic, this is productivity, something I always wanted to write about. I learned just so much about it. Let's just talk about this little thing about the dance class. So during my PhD at USC, what I found out is sometimes less is more. So in PhD program, after you're done with your classes, you have like 3 years or so with 0 classes at all. Literally every day you are free. Every single weekday, except for some meetings with advisor or collaborators, whatever. It's not like in industry, when you start working, you have so many meetings. You don't even have that many meetings, and you just have so much freedom in your time. What I found out in my PhD is if I'm given just so much time every week, then I'm actually not that productive, right? I mean, if you think about it, if suddenly you have no meetings and you have some tasks to do, unless you are cramming for a deadline, which is, I'm talking about more general phase. And I found out when I'm taking so many classes, I actually, with shorter time during the day, I'm more productive. Just because I know I need to get this done before the class. Because I know I don't have all day to work on something. When you have all day to work on something, sometimes you feel, I can also work on it after dinner or whatever, right? Since I have all day. And it's really weird, and you are actually not that productive, and you have more time, but you get less done. This is in my experience. If you get more done, congratulations, and I really admire you. You do not need to watch this video. But I'm talking about more typical human mind. So in my PhD, I actually took over 20 non-computer science classes, because my major is computer science, and I took like ballet or hip hop. I took dance classes, and I took pronunciation classes for 5 times. I took philosophy. I took piano for 3 or 4 times, and we even have a piano concert in the end of the semester. So anyhow, that's why I keep taking those classes, because I found out when I don't have computer science classes to take, just simply taking these classes are making me more productive when I have shorter time to work on whatever things during the day. And each class is like, 2 hours. And it's just very interesting. And it's the same when I know today I'm going to dance, I'm more productive and I'm getting my video done right now, right? Instead of, oh, I can maybe work on it later, whatever it is. So less is more, which is very interesting. That's all for today because I covered so much more than what I originally wanted to do. Why don't we do a guided meditation for a deadline? Hi there again. So we had a bit of a situation when I was doing the deadline meditation recording. The SD card ran out of storage and had to stop. Then I had to go to my dentist appointment, so I just got back. I decided for this month, I'm not going to do the guided meditation for a deadline season, but I promise you, if you're interested in that, please leave a comment and let me know. I will make sure to record a guided meditation for that. So this is the reason I want to share the context of everything, because I really think our lived experience is what teaches us the best. Because I went to my dentist appointment, so I'm not just recording according to the plan my mind made, right? So after something else, I come back, I stepped back, I look at what has been done. Then I recorded a long video, actually quite long, so much longer than I expected. And that already meets my original goal to release a video for this month. So there's no point for me to make the guided meditation, which is I have to follow my exact plan. So this is what I want to convey, like sure, planning are great, but our life is just ever changing. It changes all the time and all the conditions are different, There's no way I could predict my camera is gonna run out of storage while I'm doing the meditation, but that happened. But that gives me an opportunity to reevaluate the situation. This is why I mentioned the reverse Pomodoro technique. It's so important when you are in an execution mode during the deadline season, because so often you forget to reevaluate. You might be doing something that either already accomplished your plan, but you are just doing it because of the inertia. So that may not be needed. In my case, I already meet my plan to record a video for this month, so it's no longer needed to make the guided meditation. Sure, I can be like, oh, I should keep my promise, blah, blah, but that's just a mental suffering I'm creating for myself. Why? I'm not gonna do that. And now I can wrap up the video recording and then jump onto my other deadlines that I mentioned earlier. So hopefully this time can be well spent to improve the quality of the 2 papers I'm trying to submit with my collaborators, and higher the chance of submission. All these things I told you, like the priority list and what to let go, it's not a one-time thing. It's really fluid. For the letting go process I mentioned earlier, you can let go certain projects in the beginning when you have so many to work on. And now it's a perfect example that I showed in the beginning. I didn't let go of this video of guided meditation for deadline season, right? But now situation changed, and because of the pause I have due to the dentist appointment, I can really evaluate and let go of that particular part of the guided meditation. Since this video is already getting really long, and these days people's attention span is not that long. So I don't even know if anyone watched until here, but anyway. So I just want to show you as an example, like a real daily example, to show you everything I say, it's really about applying it instead of just intellectual knowledge, hearing it. It's the words don't teach. You have to do it, execute it, and see it for yourself. And your experience is what teaches you the best. So anyway, so no more guided meditation for stress this time, but do let me know if you want that. I will find some time to make it. Since there's lots of information I just covered, so instead of a guided meditation for stress, I thought it would be helpful if I give you a summary, because I just said whatever came to mind that flows naturally, but it's always useful to have a summary so people can always refer to it when they're in a specific situation. So basically, I talked about how I deal with the deadline seasons, right? And the first step is basically letting go, and it's at micro level. And my pronunciation is not good, but macro level and micro level letting go. What does that mean? So I mentioned you can let go of certain tasks, like a whole project altogether, if that no longer serves its purpose, because you need to pick and choose to prioritize what you want to do, because you're so busy with so many things to do for the deadline season. That's our setting in this video, right? So that's the macro one. You just abandon project altogether. The micro one, MICRO, is letting go of some quality of a certain task. And I give an example of making this video. I actually did it twice. In the beginning, I was saying I'm not going to edit this video. It's probably going to be very raw just because I don't have time. And that's what I can let go. But I cannot let go this project, just how much I love it and I really, really love making videos. Now I'm doing it again. I'm letting go of the portion of guided meditation, which happens pretty naturally. So all these things, as I'm summarizing it, I wrote it down, but it happens very naturally. You don't even think, you already act based on what's the best for the situation. So anyhow, first step, letting go, 2 levels, macro and micro. And it's fluid because you can always periodically check. It's not a fixed thing, as the example I gave you about this video. And then the second one is for the situation when you have an immediate deadline, such as the next day meeting, and all my time needs to spend on that single task. In that case, it's actually very easy. Let's just call it a single thread hole digger. So in that situation, you just dig your hole. You just go all in, digging your hole, you're doing great. But in that case, my only reminder for you is do the reverse Pomodoro technique I mentioned, because you want to periodically check if the hole you're digging is at the right direction. Very gentle check periodically, that's all, and keep digging. You're doing great. So that's the easiest thing. Then the next situation is when you have many tasks with deadlines, right? So much going on. It's very easy to have a cloudy mind and so restless and thinking about all these things and not even actually making progress. I had that phase before, but now not anymore. So I know how that goes. It's really not productive and not fun. I don't like it. That's why in that case, there are 2 sub cases under that. One is your deadline is maybe 1 month out or whatever. I'm just using this as a general number, so that's still relatively further away. That's not what we're talking about in this video. This is more like the deadlines are within 2 weeks, that type of situation. But anyway, since we're talking about it, if it's 1 month away, then basically you just do some backward planning so that you know what to do. The internal deadlines are really good. In this video, we're dealing with you have many tasks to do and many deadlines to deal with within about a couple weeks period. That's actually when human psychology is really, oh shit, deadline is really close, it's coming. And that's actually also my general rule of thumb for my sprinting mode, 2 weeks before the deadline. So in that case, first, you should already know exactly what you need to do, right, for this week, because there's so much. So I recommend doing that weekly planning I showed you, and then you have a bird's eye view of this week so that you always know, okay, now it's a Tuesday, I only need to deal with this, and you are not concerned because when you think about something else that you're worried about, you see that's already planned for Thursday. So it's never forgotten. So it really gives you security that you can really let go of all the other things because they will be done at the right time. Since it's already there for Friday, now I don't need to worry about it. Okay, cool. Tuesday, just this thing. Then I do this thing on Tuesday. That really gives you a calm mind to only work on what you need to work on for a particular day without so much worries and concerns. So the next thing is, so for each day, depending on how many tasks are there, the example I showed you earlier is just one or two things. So I don't need to do this daily planning. But if you have, let's say, more than 4 or 5, that's really too much to think about even for one day. I recommend doing that daily planner thing with 2 columns, if you remember. And I recommend doing it the day before, so that you can just get going, when you start the day and you know exactly what to do. And that is ranked by priority. More details are mentioned when I was talking about it earlier, right? So that is totally optional depending on how much tasks you need to do for each day. You don't have to do it because it can backfire. Don't do any of this for the sake of doing it so that you feel you're doing something, making the progress. Really see if it serves you the purpose to make you more effortless and productive during the deadline. So for this daily planner thing, these 2 columns of the universe or God, or for later that I mentioned, that column, it's really about delegate and letting go, so you don't worry about certain things at a particular day. And another trick I forgot to mention I do is I will also write the great outcomes of the tasks that I'm working on, such as my harmony workshop has a great success, or like, oh, my paper is accepted, right? I'm already grateful and imagining the best case scenario for whatever task I'm working on. That also puts my mind at ease, to have a sense of, oh, what's done is done, right? I'm just executing it, and I know it can be done, and I know the outcomes will be really great, and that's really motivating for me to have the bigger picture of why I'm working on what I'm working on. And it's so hard, right? We all need some motivation when you're cramming a deadline. That's also why I love working with people, because it just makes me so happy. Sometimes if it's by myself, I don't have to make this deadline, but out of my love and compassion for everybody involved, and also to see the bigger picture of where this work can benefit like others and society or whatever, that really makes a difference to make me motivated to work hard on the deadlines. And that's why I say those great outcomes, for example, helps millions of people of a certain task, whatever. I have those great outcomes under the universe column in my daily planner. So yeah, that was too long of a summary. It's basically letting go at 2 levels, macro and micro. Then single thread hole digger with immediate deadline. You do reverse Pomodoro, periodically check. And when you have many tasks with many deadlines within the next 2 weeks or so, you do the bird's eye view of the current week. And for the days where you have multiple tasks, say more than 4 or 5, for that particular day, you can do the daily planner with 2 columns to delegate and enjoy the outcome to motivate yourself to execute on a daily level. So yeah, at the end of the day, it's all about every single moment. You really don't need to worry much. Just do what you need to do at this particular moment. And then that's it. Alright, good luck with your deadline, and you can do it. Think about all the great things you can achieve with it and the long-term benefits of what you are working on. Be thankful to yourself and give yourself a hug maybe. Good luck. Have a smooth deadline. And remember, nobody will be dead, so don't worry.